Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of The Vibe. I'm your host, Terrace Smith, and we are joined today by the one, the only, Mr. Chinma. Chinma is a musical artist, singer, songwriter, music producer, audio engineer, and film director out of Kalamazoo, Michigan. His love of media started at a young age. As early of age of 4 years old, he began creating short films with his family camcorder. While developing his love of film, his Nigerian household also developed his love of all genres of music, exposing him to Afrobeats, reggae, and African gospel. At the age of 9, he started producing music after being inspired by artists like Aaliyah, Timbaland, and Daft Punk, artists who would also serve as his greatest influences. In 2018, he released his first body of work as a producer titled Take One. In 2020, he released his debut album as a producer and artist, self-titled Chinma. Welcome, Chinma. I'm glad to have you here.
It's good.
I'm very excited. Thank you for joining me today. I know you are busy. You know that. We know you is. So this is a great honor, and I'm his first interviewer, so I'm very honored. I see it now. This is the first of many for sure. So Chinma, The Vibe is a talk show for go-getters. The main goal is to inspire people of our generation to go after their dreams and their goals. So we like to have guests who are doing just that. I'm so glad that we have you on here on the show because I believe that's exactly what you're doing. So we're going to talk about Chinma, the person first, and then a little later we're going to talk about Chinma, the producer. Okay, like I read in your bio, you've been doing what you're doing since an early age, super early, super young, which is so cool. A lot of us are inspired by music. Describe a moment for us when you were younger that you knew that film and music was going to be what you pursued.
Well, I think I fell in love with both at the same time. I just knew, like, I was just always somebody that always would just think of random stuff. Like, I would be playing with Legos, and the kid just, you see kids just playing with toys and pretending there's explosions and stuff like that. That was me, and I would literally do that for like a whole day. And I think with music, it's crazy because like I feel like the first time I ever listened to a song and like felt like that actual connection to music was whenever I listened to Aaliyah and Timbaland, and that was like, at that time I didn't know how to make music, but I'm just like, yeah, like this is something special. Like listening to that whole album, and I felt like, even on a side note, like her death was a really like impactful death to me. It almost felt like I knew her, and just to know that feeling, as young as even 5. I feel like it was just the same thing with film. And at a young age, I already knew, like, I knew this is just what I want to do. I want to make stuff happen, Whatever you call what you see on TV, I knew I wanted to make that. So I felt like that was really, long story short, the spark, I believe.
Okay. So, what is it about music, film, and production that makes you get up every day and do it?
It's a few things I could honestly say that gives me motivation. I feel like just the first thing, I really like to create. I just like being able to make something that people enjoy, that can entertain them, that can get them through the day. Just creating stuff that people talk about is really cool to me.
Yeah.
I feel like also I want to be able to, the other point is that I want to be able to change lives through it, whether through the art or through creating the jobs for people to be able to do, get them out of a certain situation that they're in, and be a part of something that can help them pay bills and stuff. Thinking of the end goal for real, which might change as time goes on. My end goal right now might not be the same in 5 years. I just really just want to just keep going. I just came so far and sacrificed a lot, for me to stop right now. So,
definitely.
Yeah.
It's like I'm talking to myself in some ways, because it's literally like, I definitely understand what you're saying. It's like, we can't just stop where we are right now. Because like you said, we've just done so much and we want to see what else we can do. So what makes you do this besides doing something else? Because you're so smart and so talented, you can do anything you wanted to do. What is it about doing music and film versus, I guess, I don't know if you call it a regular 9 to 5?
Yeah, I chose that because people don't also realize music and film, everything is a business. So to a certain extent, I am making a business, and I feel like even when I'm certain things that I'm going through, even though it's on the music side or on the film side, at the end of the day, I am still going through the struggles of an entrepreneur, and a lot of people that make their own, have their own business or have their own schedule and, do their own thing for their income. We all kind of share the same struggles, it's just in different ways. So I think it wasn't really just me it wasn't me I thinking to myself, I don't want to be regular, or I don't want to have a regular job. I just want to be able to do what I want to do on my own time. I want to be able to put in 40 hours, but not for a company that doesn't really care for me. I might as well do that for myself. And especially being an entrepreneur, you might have to do a little more than 40 hours, just to get yourself off the ground. And I think that's one of the biggest things. It's you get a lot of people in your ear trying to tell you certain things that they think you should do, but at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, you come into this world by yourself, you're gonna leave it by yourself. So it's providing me income, but it's also providing me a lot of stress, and
I want to do what I want to do and not really worry about it. I remember just crying man, I just want to do what I want to do. People are doing it, why can't I? And it's I can't. So I started to, some struggles, I'm sure we can talk about, the struggles that we go through. You have to constantly push yourself, you have to motivate yourself, because nobody else really sees our vision like we see our vision, you know what I'm saying? So you have to push yourself to that limit, because nobody else is going to do it for us. Who have you worked with that has impacted your work in a positive way, in any way?
Okay.
Yeah. Mentor, anything.
For sure. It's a lot of people.
I bet.
I feel bad because I don't even want to. I don't want to forget anybody. My man Justin Sims, Mo Brooks, shout out to them.
Mo Brooks.
They've been really like big brothers to me. I was just talking to literally family type. I was just talking to one of my friends, Levi. He's Justin's brother. Literally right before this interview. I've been, my man's Dwayne Powell, even though it's been a minute, he's really helped impact me and stay focused on just getting to where I need to be, working hard, staying focused. It's a few people.
Okay, how do you put yourself out there and connect with these people?
That's one thing that I feel like a lot of people underestimate is the power of connection. And the more I see it, I used to think we can only get in these spots. Like we're taught that we can only get in these spots by having like a certain degree or, you know, getting to, you know, finishing up a certain level of college and university, which can be true, actually can be very true. But at the same time, this is just, it's not even in the art realm, like this is only it's everywhere. Like you could get somewhere by literally just knowing somebody.
Yeah.
Like if, let's say we're both in a random state,
Mm-hmm.
you just became a head of a company and you need somebody that can do what I do, but you don't really know anybody.
Mm-hmm.
And you know me, and I happen to be, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You would more likely pick me over the next person that you don't really know, and you know I can execute. So it's almost like that, like it's literally just being around, taking a leap of faith on those opportunities, and sometimes you're gonna have to do it more than once. You might have to do it more than 5 times. You might have to do it more than 50 times.
Oh.
You might have to do it more than 100 times.
Oh.
But once you get that 101, like that might be that yes that could change your life, you know.
So have you reached out more than 100 times to somebody?
I definitely have.
Wow.
Plenty of times.
Okay.
It's been times to where I literally would just I call it like dummy missions, to where it's like I know this person would not respond to this right now, but I'm gonna just do it anyways. And sometimes, like a lot of times, I got no response, but like there was a few times where I did, and it's been literally like through connecting with these people. And sometimes I'll just take trips to go meet with these people, because sometimes we use internet as, you know, the only means of connecting with people, but sometimes we don't really understand the face value of actual in-person interaction. I feel like people could get to know you more and know who you are more just by seeing people in person. And when you're not around people, that's where things get distant. So
yeah. Do you ever just sit back and think like, wow, I'm really kind of living my dream? Because I would like to say I'm living my dream, and it doesn't look like it. That's what's crazy to me, because it doesn't look like I'm living my dream. But I've always wanted to have my own TV show since I was probably like 4 years old. I've always been like an entertainer in my head. This opportunity came and I was like, is this too good to be true? Like, I had to pray about it and stuff. But when I thought about it and I did my research and everything like that, I'm like, okay, this seems like a great opportunity. And the other, like, even if it doesn't work out, I took the chance, and I can, like I just said, enjoy the ride, like I was telling you, you know.
Yeah.
So, like, I mean, I hate to say it, but YOLO, you know.
Yeah.
Like, you know, take that chance, take the opportunity, because you never know what it may, you know, bring to you.